Great earnings and great 12 months performance. What's all kind of come together over this last year?
Yeah, well, it's the execution of the strategy. I mean, we laid it out about 5 years ago, and we said we're going to become a social, digital, direct-to-consumer powerhouse. That'll lift everything we do, and it's happened. You know, it's the 5th year of record revenues, $930 million, as you mentioned.
Is this an example of an area of content creation that is really benefiting from the media revolution, that you can see your platform distributed well over the top and also over traditional broadcasts?
Sure, look, you look 10 years ago, every time we had a piece of content, we had to find a partner. Today, we find a lot of partners and we love them, or we can go through the AVOD platforms, YouTube and Facebook, or we go direct to consumer. You know, I was recently talking to someone in the media industry and they said to me, he goes, boy, you guys cracked the code. I said, well, there wasn't a code. You know, we didn't crack the code, we wrote the code, right? We wrote the code about digital, direct to consumer, and the pay TV bundle, and doing that all at the same time.
So why haven't you been bought by a Disney or a Comcast or an AT&T? They're all trying to crack that code.
Yeah, well look, they're all smart, they're all doing great things. I'm sure they're going to be really successful. We're happy with our strategy. I'll quote our founder, chairman, CEO, who said we're always open for business and speak to people about interesting ideas, but we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
I think the other sort of differentiator, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, is the content. I mean, do you have any direct competitors?
Well, you know, in our world, which is entertaining people, everything that puts a smile on someone's face or gets their attention is a competitor. And I always say the best thing I ever heard was Reed Hastings describing competition. And he said, sleep is competition.
Now it's Fortnite.
Yeah, well, now it's Fortnite, and us too, right? I mean, you keep an eye on that. What we hope, we did almost 6 billion hours of video consumed around the world in 2018, is that we can cut through the clutter. You know, and so if we have enough fans who are saying, hey, I want to get my WWE, we think we can cut through the clutter.
What about globally? There's still international opportunities you haven't tapped yet?
Well, we're up 58% in 2018, $317 million of revenue. We're really excited about some of the emerging markets. Obviously, we have a great presence in India, a great presence in the Middle East. We think there's some interesting things over the next 5 to 10 years in China. So, you know, we're going to keep pushing on all those.
Sorry, just to come back to what you said at the top. You didn't crack the code, you wrote the code.
Yeah.
So if you're able to look at the other big traditional media companies, what is it that they haven't done that you would suggest they should have done? Was it that they had too many old revenues they didn't want to cannibalize?
Well, we all had that, right? So I think one of the things culturally that WWE has been good at is reimagining itself, right? So thinking through, being honest about what they think the opportunities are and looking ahead, and also having the grit to push through the ups and downs. So you start here, you end up here. It's not a straight line, right? It does this. And pushing through the downtimes can be tough. So I think that grit element is sometimes misunderstood. Separate apart from that, we're not an aggregator of content. So when we say the word media, you're sometimes lumping together IP owners and aggregators. We're not an aggregator, we're an IP owner. So it's a little bit different. But
you're also in the events business,
yes,
which, you know, isn't growing like the
sure.
media side of the business. What are your expectations around that? And what are you finding is working as you take the show on the road?
Yeah, so we did 320 events or so in 2018. About 113 of them were ones where we created media. We're on SmackDown every week, the pay-per-views that you see on WWE Network. So at those events, whether you're on the big screen or there, it's just about really energizing the crowd. And you know, have you been to an event lately?
No,
so you got to get to one. See, if you had been to one, you wouldn't even be asking. You'd say, all right, I get it. So WrestleMania is at MetLife Stadium in April. You guys are invited. Go there. You'll never ask me again, what are you doing at live event 6?
I'll go if you go, Sarah.
Okay. What's the dress code for WrestleMania?
Huh? For you, business casual. You'll be fine.
Barrios, thank you very much. Maybe we'll try that.
All right, I like it.
Thank you. I'm WWE.
Business casual or
WrestleMania Entertainment.